Hey everybody. Let me give y'all a few minutes to get on in here. Y'all, it's so much going on right now. I didn't even know what to do readings on this week because goodness gracious. Whew, goodness. Yep, hold on. Didn't know that was going to be loud. While I'm at it, let me cut this down. I see y'all coming on in here. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, Iman. So what's going on? Nothing much. Normal Wednesday with everybody acting crazy. Y'all, I promise you, I was just saying, I didn't even know who to do readings on for this week because everybody is cutting up. Good evening to you too, Megan. Hey, Princess Live. I'm going to turn the station head on a little later because I like to. I like what we do on station head after we leave here. That's how I messed up that first time. I had it going and it reached the time and I didn't hit save. So we missed the station head. So I'm gonna turn that on a little later. D Taurus, I haven't seen your name in here in a while. Hey, how are you? Krishana Davis. Hi baby. I haven't seen your name. Welcome to my channel. Hey Central and Sassy. Okay. Hi everybody, y'all. So before I came on, I was looking at an update from that girl Henny. Shout out to her. And she was given a 30-day period, which is going to actually be the first week in September. She's going to have the possibility to get bonded out. Okay, Detour said you'd be at work listening. Get to that money then. Hey, DeMarcus' mom. How are you, sweetie? Hey, Kiki. Yes, alleged Wednesdays where everything is allegedly. Hey, Angie. Hey, Scarlett Washington. How are you? Hey, Taryn. Hey, Vanny Best. Hey, Zay. So, yeah, I want you to start paying attention to the world news. Um, a lot of what we talked about that live where I was making sure all of you knew that the Russian fighter ships were within reach of the United States. And when I say in reach, they were literally outside of Cuba. Let's still pay attention to all of those things with, Russia to Ukraine, along with our elections, because we're being distracted from a lot of stuff right now. And it's going to affect, pardon me, y'all, I had to adjust my outfit. It's going to affect our next year financially, big time. Especially when it comes to groceries, the prices of food, things being available and accessible. Hey, Empress Fee. Scarlett, so you down there in Louisiana? Baby, I haven't been down there in so long. I got a lot of family that I need to visit between there and Mississippi. Yeah, so I've been warning all of y'all, if you got, land, if you got hydroponic system somewhere in your house, basement or whatnot, start to, you know, grow some of your own food if you can. grow you some produce, some herbs, and get stocked up. Stock up on, like, anywhere from 25-pound to 50-pound bags of like rice, flour, um, things like, lettuce and tomatoes, potatoes. Those things aren't that hard to grow. They actually grow pretty fast. So, those staples, carrots, some of that stuff you can, if you can't grow it in the backyard, you can grow it in your house. Get you what they call grow bags, and makes it a lot easier to grow certain things in the grow bags, because I'm telling y'all, we're about to see some things switch up. We're going to be affected in ways that we haven't been before. Hey Nisi, how are you? So I always try to put something in there in between, to some of this celebrity gossip. We come on here to kiki, but I want us all to be prepared. So if you can, prepare the best you can. You know, um, Instead of just getting canned goods, because canned goods are cool, depending on what kind of space you have. I understand some people stay in apartments, they don't have much space to grow things, so duly noted, got that. But even in an apartment, stock up on as many non-perishables as possible. Like I said, rice, flour, multiple types of flour, corn flour, regular flour, oat flour, things that you don't think that you might need, you're gonna need. You get things like palm oil. You don't necessarily need it to cook with, but palm oil can be used to burn as a candle. If you don't know that, you can get, a regular, cord that you use like a wick, put it down in the palm oil, you know, fully submerge it, light it, and it will burn like a candle. Those are some things that we possibly may need to know. I'm hoping on everything we don't have to use it, but things like that. Stuff to read on. Since I got y'all in here, let's find some things to tap into. I'm gonna go down here and read the comments. And this says, yes, I've started collecting water. Absolutely. Everybody, if you can get like a water purifier, because it may not be an issue of getting next to water. You may need to be able to purify some water. Always keep, like active charcoal for something like that. Said that commodity meat that is coming to can from the food banks. Hey, in anything that you can use that can make a meal, do what you got to do. Said, oh, thank you, STS. Why did I just read the last of that sentence late? Oh boy. Okay, well, thank you. That makes me feel better about this little bald head finger I got today. I had a casualty of war out there in the garden. Oh man, hold on. Let me read everybody else's comments. How'd you like Lotto's new album? To be excuse me, about to say that wrong. To be honest, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wasn't interested in listening to the whole album as of yet. The signature song, the Georgia Peach song, feels a little forced to me, so I want to give it a honest listen and not listen to it from the standpoint of the first song, because it didn't, I don't know, that one didn't stick to me. It didn't hit the way it felt like it should have had. So you were telling us to prepare and it completely just skipped out of nowhere to you saying, let's find something to read on. They're watching. Baby, they're always watching. You'd be surprised who watches me. It's people who watch me that got people watching them. Said, do you think you could tap into the future of YouTube with the passing of the CEO, the Mr. Beast situation? Ooh. Okay. Interesting, interesting. STS, you better stop it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, Bosters. I know you already tapping in from Memphis. I know soon as I see you. Thank you so much. Said Lotto's album had Drake written all over it, especially the Georgia Peach. It sounds like his flow. Um, it felt unbelievable. So if that's what his flow feels like, then that's how that came off to me. It didn't feel anything like an actual Georgia peach. So it's like expecting to get you some good old sweet tea, some southern sweet tea, but they use Splenda and you can taste the aspartame. That's what it felt like. I don't know. I don't want to be hard. I don't want to be harsh. Maybe we can go through it on station head. Hey, Jamila. Say pretty. P Drizzy and that Kickstarter streamer. uh, Said famous Amos passed at the age of 80. I did not know famous Amos just passed. Hey, Shernan. Hey, The Journey. Hey, Tracy. So can we tap into Nicki and Drake? I want to know how she feels with him working with and possibly dating Lotto's sister. Um, he's been dating Lotto's sister. They actually broke up a long time ago. They didn't make it that far. So I'm wondering, was he dating the sister during the time Lotto, did this work with him? Is that the time period? Because they actually did date. It felt like it lasted 5 minutes though. Said I didn't like Lotto's album. All of it was about sex. It's cool for a few songs, but the whole album. You know what though? That's this whole coochie rap thing that they're doing right now, and I'm all for if I feel like I'm in a raunchy mood to listen to certain music, but I feel like a lot of these girls are becoming one trick ponies. They really don't they don't really have much to offer when it comes to substance, so they go to whatever the lowest vibration is. I mean, everybody got a box, everybody can tell you they know what to do with it. At the end of the day, once you had them a time or two, what are they still worth? And that's the part a lot of these girls are missing. Let's see. Can you tap into Kalani and the drama with her baby daddy? I sure will. Don't laugh that hard. You know what aspartame tastes like. That sweet and low baby aspartame. Said I noticed that Lotto's singing. Oh wow. Okay, so she's affiliated with Little Yachty. He might be writing some stuff for her just like he was with the City Girls. So yeah, I get where you're going with that, STS. Can you look into if Drake is really helping Lotto? Um, I wouldn't want him to write too much of anything for me right now because everything he's writing is falling real flat for himself. So, hmm. Hey, Nefertiti. You said tapping in from Switzerland. Oh my goodness. I feel honored. So the journey said Lotto isn't authentic, so it's hard for me to get into her music. It feels like she's cosplaying what a black Atlanta female rapper is to her. The journey, I think you just summed up everything that's in my head when I said it doesn't feel like a Georgia peach. Like nothing about that song gave me the vibe, but actually from Georgia, like how would that feel? It's like if you listen to Cash Doll, you more so get the vibe of what it's like to hang out with a D girl. I don't know what that's like listening to Lotto. I don't think I learned anything about what a chick who bend corners in Atlanta is really like. I maybe that's just me. It doesn't connect and resonate with me. And I've been down there plenty of times. So I'll just say maybe it's on me. Maybe it's on me. I don't know. And then we're gonna go off into the shits and giggles. So let's start off with the energy around YouTube now that what's the lady's name from YouTube that passed away? It's slipping my mind right now. Said Lotto is fake Southern. She's a fake Southern girl or a Southern belle. I can't explain it. Well, I mean, she's been in Atlanta ever since she was a small child. So she's been down there long enough to soak up the culture and be a part of it. But it feels like the diet version of it. It feels like the suburban version of it where you come down to the city, every other weekend just to have an experience. Okay. We're going to say Susan W, baby, because the last name looks to be Polish. I don't want to mess it up. You said, yes, Cash always gave Detroit energy in her music. Yeah, absolutely. Like listening to Cash Doll, her whole aesthetic, you could tell that she actually embodies a certain era. Like Cash Doll is like the end of the era, like where people my age kind of like weaned off. She's that next generation. So if you grew up in Detroit like the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, like she would be like the little cousin to that era. Because how she comes off on those videos, that's how we went to the bars and to the malls and all of that all the time, especially like in the 80s. In the 90s and the 80s and 90s, it was nothing to see girls, go to the local beauty supply dressed like that. It just depended on what the area was. Said like it's genuine. I was raised in Texas. Okay, so DFW. Said my dad's side is from Mobile, Alabama. Susan W. What's the energy now that she has passed away? Okay, so they're automatically going off into energy from the past, Six of Cups, and the Magician, which is the card of manifesting. So they're talking about the things that she's manifested from the past, the things that she has helped to bring into fruition. New offers opening up. Somehow, some way, though, this Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck represents like conflict in communication. So she may have had to really assert herself in a way that may have come off harsh to certain people, but she felt like she had to, be a little rough around the edges, being that she was a woman competing. Yeah, very analytical, very smart person, no nonsense. And you got Five of Pentacles. So that's interesting because Five of Pentacles can be like being frozen out, being, on the outside looking in, not necessarily, poverty or losing anything. So she died of cancer. Thank you for letting me know that. You said hair pressed straight, called magic grease. I wished I put that much off into it. I missed the wash day, I promise you. Said, and her son, oh wow, her son overdosed a couple months ago. Jeez. So I see why this energy is like everything that was manifesting over the past. So she's heavy into the past energy. Yeah, heartbreak. Before she passed, heartbreak. We got the Knight of Wands here. So Knight of Wands doesn't necessarily have to be sexual energy. That's someone who can move. This is the energy of somebody who just wished they had more time. You know, she had a very, thought out plan for what it was she wanted to do. And this is just like, being caught up in life, you know, having to take life the way that it was coming at her versus what it was that she planned. Now, this Emperor is what I find interesting because the Emperor represents the person who is in control of everything and wanting to have balance through a new beginning. So, she was a very highly sought after person, very highly visible person. Okay. Very high profile, but she also dealt in a way that felt very masculine as well because of how direct her communication and her way of, excuse me, unblock my throat chakra. Yeah, her way of being able to communicate and how she would push her way in through business. She definitely held her own. And it's like she had to make the really hard choices because the Two of Wands to the Ten of Wands. Um, wow. This Two of Wands falling under the Page of Pentacles. That's like a decision that she felt like she had to make on a business that was like a fledgling business or new business opportunities. Was this lady around at the beginning of the company? Said, did the upper people get rid of her and her son? Ooh. I'm doing good, Hunter, sweetie. How are you? Hey, Zion Brown. Does anybody know how long she was with the company? Because this feels like she may have been offered to come in very, very early. Said, I believe so. Don't quote me. Okay, so yeah, she came in when this was not expected to be what it is today. So it's weird how she passed away after her son passed away. Okay, so 2014 to 2023. She spent a very substantial amount of time. Okay, got it. Um, this was still a new and growing opportunity when she came in. She was very highly vocal. And I feel like even on her way out, she faced heartbreak for standing her ground and speaking the truth. Um, what is this? Yeah, see, yeah, this is why she left. As you can see, this is a woman and her son escaping a toxic situation after she may have spoke out about something. She was very vocal about something, stood up very defensive about what she believed in. She was brought to heartbreak due to the actions of someone else that was very high profile in this company, allegedly. Yeah, this emperor is someone who's very, very high up in the food chain. Hey, DS Raven. Very, very high up in the food chain. And she regretted, speaking her mind or whatever she felt like she needed to say to this person. This situation for her stability. He said you don't see YouTube making it. I mean, there's other things that are involved. I mean, if she stopped in 2023, then she was well out of the loop when it came to controlling certain things. This is showing me that whoever this is that is possibly in charge, this higher up person or this higher up entity, uh, they brought her a lot of heartbreak, and she just wanted to sever ties between the situation for her and her son's sake. She felt like it was a toxic environment. Hey, Wanda. So she also was a part of Google when it first came out. Okay, so that, I mean, because I'm looking at, for her to come out as the Queen of Swords when it comes to business, this is someone that's very highly analytical, someone who's intelligent. This is someone who has the ability to, you know, think in a way to where she can she can see and project a vision, but she does it in a way that it doesn't feel um, like an imagination. It feels more like a projection. That was actually very smart for them to bring her on when they did, because working for Google and then working for them, and then the search engine they worked through is Google, she could tell them every backdoor thing that they needed to know from both sides, both companies. Hey, Hot Flash Summer. Are you all able to hear me now? We're talking about one of the people that was over YouTube that had just passed away. Um, we're gonna call her Susan W. because I don't want to mess up her last name. You said breaking and skipping some. Okay, so it's fine now. Oh, so they don't want me talking about their people. Got it. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So she cared deeply about this situation. Like, she invested a lot into this. She invested a whole lot into this. But it's like the change of the regime. Something she didn't care for with the change of the regime. Six of Pentacles. It's like she wanted equal reciprocity. She really loved what she did. Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. It's like she was pushed out. This is what this feels like, allegedly. She was pushed out. So when she passed away, there was a lot of hate comments also. Wow. Let me see something. Show me what's to be expected now that she's passed away. What's expected for the company? Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth here, a lot of energy, a lot of conflict in communication. They're to the public, they're not showing us what's actually happening, but behind the scenes, there's a lot of conflict in communication. Wow, you said people were glad she passed. It's sad. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, so yeah, behind the scenes, there was a lot of conflict, and it's like for, for what it was rooted and stable for what she was there for. But it goes back to everything went up in the air once this emperor came in. So I feel like it was like a change in the regime in some kind of way that threw everything off. No, we're not on station here yet. I'm gonna wait to go on station here a little later. So that's the energy I get around her. There was a lot of conflict before she left this position, and it felt like she had no choice. She had to just go ahead and step down. So yeah, and there's still conflict going on now. So let's see, what were we talking about? Oh, wait a minute. I know what I can use that's light and whimsical to pull me out of her energy, because her energy was heavy when it comes to what she wanted to do for her and her son, and having a lot of pushback. So y'all, we're gonna go off into some her and what's happening with her and the family over there. He said that Mr. B's situation is going to start a downfall. What I'm seeing is that there's a lot of conflict in the communication right now as we speak. You know, the one thing about these platforms, everybody, is that as soon as you see one about to fall, two more come. I mean, you got to think Vine disappeared, here's TikTok. So if something happens here, something else is going to pick up the slack. Well, I'm getting ready to go into Tamar. Let's see what the actual deal is behind the scenes with her and her family, and what's going on between her. Mom on us said that they were married. Her family is horrible. Hopefully, this doesn't ruin her marriage and she's going back into treatment. So I don't know if she put that out there, to try to drum up people's attention to get us to watch. But let's check in and see. Why not? He said Tamar's a whole mess. I had somebody to email me and told me I did a reading last year where I said she could go out bad, and now look at her. Y'all. Oh, Lord. Who would have thought? Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. So Three of Swords coming out hitting the table is heartbreak. Represents the energy of truth. So yes, Scarlett, she is a drama queen, but it looks like this drama is not fraudulent this time, or it's at least enough truth to it to be actually considered as some juice. Okay, that's a lot of cards. I'm gonna take it the way they gave it to me though. The Hangman, to everything working out, all the happier times with her and her family. Ten of Cups, the family. Oh, she wants an apology from somebody. Page of Cups, an apology. Okay, because we got the World here. So that's either bringing something to an end, or if you don't apologize, this is it. Um, Eight of Swords. Feeling stuck, trapped, and binded. Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, you signed a contract to do this show. You are bound to this show. So that's a way of being binded to this family situation. It's like she's threatening to end the show, allegedly. Deep regret, remorse, shame. Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, choice needs to be made due to an unrequited offer. What offer? Yeah, now she really is upset with her family. This is not a publicity stunt. Said it. Oh, you guys are talking back and forth. Yeah, Six of Wands. So this is like she's thinking about making a choice to move forward swiftly and professionally. What is this Wheel of Fortune? Because it's like she signed up to do this show, and now she's thinking about leaving the show to do something bigger and better, or something that's going to pay better. You said I'm buffering. Said Tony is a mood when it comes to her family. We're talking about Tamar and the comment that she made about being married to JR and her family ruining her and her potential marriage and being single and going back to treatment. Okay, what is this going on? Talking about this. Okay, how about now? I'll give it a second, wait for all of y'all to let me know how it is. Okay. I just cut my Wi-Fi off and let it go from the phone from here. Um, okay, so everybody's saying it's good now. Well, this is what she's saying. She said she's married. I don't know if they were supposed to, save it for the show and showcase it for the show. I have no idea. But what I'm seeing is that she actually has a real complaint, a real concern this time with her family. And she's feeling like she may need to move on to, something else that's going to be better suited for her. Y'all? So the wish fulfillment would be for her to go into union and get married. That's the wish fulfillment. Okay, so high priestess, this high level secrets here. Heavy anxiety. Okay, Tamar, girl. This is somebody who just can't seem to do anything without just a whole entire, you know, soap opera type drama attached to it. Said, did she want to do a share of her own? This is feeling like this is what she's thinking about doing. The thing is, will JR be willing to do a show with her where they just focus on them as a couple? Because I mean, she could line this up PR wise to where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to be a friend to the show over here, and then I can launch a show about us and married life. That would be a hell of a spinoff, if people were interested enough to want to watch. How's the family going to feel when she moves on? Well, here's the thing. This is all subjective because this feels like this is what she wants to do. Said why they were saying that they don't treat Tracy right when she was living. If you look at the way they treated Tracy, they didn't treat Tracy right. Like Tamar used to call her ghetto all the time. I'll never forget the episode where she was talking about how, crass and how ghetto Tracy was, and they went to charm school. And the funny thing was, this was like one of the best episodes ever. The lady who was over the charm school actually said that Tamar was the one that was ghetto and Tracy was more ladylike. And it was the funniest thing ever because it seemed like everything that Tamar was doing was considered to be crass. So I was excited for that episode. It's like, finally, y'all can leave Tracy alone. So I kind of feel like her family was involved in her, we'll say, unaliving. Ooh. And what I'm getting here is there's multiple people in the family that have serious money problems and they need this show to work. Say Tamar thinks she is all that, shaking my head. And no thanks to a show of her own. I have no idea why it's buffering. Yeah, I said, wow, total silence, Angel. Said, how does Tawanda feel about Tamar? That's interesting. It said it starts back glitching when you read the unaliving question. See what I mean about certain things they don't want me to talk about? I guess that's the new way to get me. They slow down on the bots. Yeah, it says every time you say something important. Yeah. Yeah, it's making, it's definitely making more sense. So yeah, that's what I get here. You know, there's multiple people involved that cannot afford for this show not to work, allegedly. There's a lot of money on the line, and without this show being successful, without this working out, this feels like the financial side of their empire is going to crumble. They need this season and this show to work. So I would say this: people in the limelight do play with dark magic, and people do offer others for advancements. Allegedly. So yeah, interesting. Interesting from what I see. If this season does not work, you're going to start seeing all types of stories of bankruptcies, and um, this is going to be, you know, what pushes people into obscurity or, you know, regular everyday lives, because they're trying to compete where they don't compare, and I don't mean that in a bad way. um, we never went to Braxton Family Values or the Braxton family for the drama and the mess. We watched them to see a regular, healthy family that just might happen to have a problem here and there get along and be a functional family. Them turning this into something salacious is not really a good look, because that's not what we go to the Braxton family for. Said they need to call it a con artist family values. Ooh, ooh, Lord Justice. Ooh, Lord Justice. Y'all, all I can tell you is they better make this season work. And this goes back to what I told y'all about that Krishan Rock situation that jumped off at the little show that Tamar had that we thought was bigger than it was, until people got to, you know, snitching on each other and spilling the beans. That whole James Wright Chanel situation. Now it makes sense why Tamar was so on her head. Wouldn't let her have that family moment. Just stayed and stayed and stayed in Krishan's lives, and calling her back to back to back until she can get her there. They're literally with their back against the walls. They need this season to happen by any means necessary. Said yes, beg that girl to come. Absolutely. She was in the middle of having a family moment. Even though I don't trust that grandma too much, that was a beautiful family moment, and it was a great moment for them on camera. So just imagine if it wasn't just social media, if that was like reality TV, how big. I've never had all these problems like this. Said, yep, and imagine that she broke up the family moment just to try to create a moment for her family show. Yeah, yeah. Somebody don't want me to speak about this. Y'all, look at that. Said, dang, Angel, I missed everything you said because of the buffering. Goodness gracious. I was reiterating about how much they need this to happen, and now it makes sense why this whole thing happened with Krishan, why they begged her to come down there, because they needed this show to work more than anything. They needed her star power to kickstart their show because they had been off the air for a while and people had moved on from the brand. Reality TV is very, very competitive. So, who's the number one person in the algorithm, especially when you go to YouTube and what's trending? Krishan. Lord, have mercy. I knew it was something. The bot slowed down in here today, and then here it is, problems with my email, with my Wi-Fi. So yeah, it makes total sense now. It doesn't do what it needs to do. You're going to start to see bankruptcy announcements, allegedly. They have to make us interested to get us to watch. This is literally a Hail Mary pass at this point. So y'all give me somebody else to tap into. We usually don't tap into stuff this early. You said station here for audio. Do Kalani. Nope, not yet. We can make her up next. Hold on. Alrighty. Hey, station head. How's everybody doing? Okay, so looks like y'all right on time. Um, we're gonna start on station head with Kalani, the baby daddy, and as y'all call it, Cop Nation. So I'm gonna start her off with the what's tea oracles, and then we're gonna go off into some tarot. I find it very interesting though. The baby daddy, my apologies, I don't know his actual name. So if anybody knows his name, I would be more than happy to use his name. So they're saying that Cop Nation already dropped her 2 weeks ago. Wait a minute, already dropped two, babes. Who got dropped, Hunter? Ah, hey, Cat Eyes. So allegedly, Cop Nation may have dropped her more, depending out this month, and well, no, for the Tory Lanez information. So they filed for another extension to be able to release. I don't want to say release, present more information because they want to present an extended brief, and it got pushed back again. But don't feel bad, everybody. Every time you see something get extended, it usually works in Tory's behalf. So it's going to be extended until the fall. Okay, said it's buffering again. Say hi, Angel, in the chat. Say Kalani's ex-boyfriend, Javon Young White. Thank you. Thank you for that. I was waiting to see if somebody could give me his name because I don't like just calling him baby daddy. Like, that's really impersonal. So Kalani and Javon. Let's see what's gonna happen with the what's teased. Let's get some oracles on this. First time I had cards work like an accordion, they didn't want to separate. Ooh, baby. Y'all look at this. Bad karma hits the table. Spiritual hater is at the bottom of the deck. Hates on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. Fishing for comments. Talking shit. So, allegedly, y'all, Kalani is fishing through the comments in social media and possibly shaping and crafting her responses to the things that are said to her in social media. Says she's going down because she struck against Tory for no reason. Said the new album she just put out didn't do well. I would still keep her over Henny. Happiness hater. Oh gosh. Happiness hater at the bottom of the deck. Bad habits. Okay. I'm gonna say the first word for YouTube purposes, but drugs. Okay, you put that together. Addictions and toxicity. Happiness hater. So, Lord have mercy. So with the happiness hater card, it's like somebody from the outside looking in, watching someone in a relationship, and they're not happy about them being in a new relationship. And we've got these, once I pull a tarot, if I get the Seven of Cups anywhere near this card, then I know that that's a clarifier. Digging for dirt, looking for dirt on you, or vice versa. So this is the energy between the both of them right now. For the most part, he already kind of outed her and dragged her. So it's like she's looking for things in the opposite when it comes to him. Love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic, and talking shit. Y'all, this, I don't know what type of flicker-minded ass energy this is. Yes, D Rugs. Put that together. Here on YouTube. Inside scoop. A closer look, nosy, up in your business, and y'all ain't shit. Terrible. Hey, Angel K. So she's doing a lot of digging and investigating on him, but it looks like it's backfiring because we got bad karma, happiness hater. And it's kind of messed up because he stays out the way. Like, I really didn't know his name at all because he really doesn't say much. Hey, Gucci, 17. So she's a Taurus, hot into evil, dark stuff also. Wow. Hurt. You said hurt. Excuse me. She's a Taurus, hurting into. Um, Lord have mercy. It's a lot of scatterbrained thoughts. Oh, Jesus. So look at here. We got divination abuser and marrying for money. Y'all. It's so much stuff that's about to come out between the two of them. This is about to get really ugly, really nasty. Now, he put it out that she possibly allegedly was into, like, we'll say adult group activities. But there's much more to come. Hey, Coco85. So she's been speaking out on the war too. That's even more reason for them to possibly get rid of her because that's stuff they don't want us to pay attention to. Said, I get the feeling that she's more unpleasant to work with than people realize. Said, who are we discussing? Um, I was reading on the energy between Kalani and her her child's father, Javon. So, excuse me, my throat didn't even start getting scratchy until I got to the divination abuser and the marrying for money. Yeah, this is going to be a war back and forth, and it's going to be a lot spilled on both sides. Ego and child services. Child services falls under bad karma. I would hope that this doesn't go as far as the child services, but there's just certain things that you cannot say when a child is involved where the state, you know, can't get involved. When you start making certain comments, accusing people of certain activities, especially when you're saying that this person may be in one of those adult activity cults, okay? Since I'm on YouTube, I don't know how far I can go with that. You got higher ups right now being investigated for trafficking. Those types of accusations definitely can get flagged by child services right now. Said, wow, we've got the black screen of death over here on station head. Oh, I said Victoria M and Tiana Taylor. Oh, we don't they? It said they don't want you to talk today. Listen, somebody doesn't want me to talk, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, what's going to be is going to be. They need to be very careful about the mudslinging that they have between the both of them because it's not often I get child services and it's like the ego coming behind it. This would solely be from two people trying to one up each other that they would possibly mess around and get some higher, you know, people involved that they don't want to be involved, and it can get really nasty. Jackpot fishing for comments. Winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. So, man, they're getting so petty with it, y'all, that they're going through social media, scouring for comments and checking these comments out to see what gossip sticks. Carlos is at the bottom of my deck. Which a couple of you just said that allegedly Kalani got dropped 2 weeks ago. So this means that she's without the vehicle, she's without the motion. So she may want to appear that she has the backing of Rock Nation, but may not, allegedly. Happiness, hater, moving, digging for dirt. Y'all, this is wild. So it's like ignoring the person digging for dirt. One of these two people is still obsessed with the other one. Yep, moving on came out. Love on the brain and moving on. Yeah, somebody is not willing and able to let go. The other one is moving on. Somebody's digging for dirt on the one that moved on. Now you got an offer at the bottom of the deck, but it's like, what's this inside scoop? Yeah, So always partying and no facts. Inside scoop. So somebody's spilling tea that ain't really tea. And they're doing this to manipulate the algorithm, to manipulate how the other person looks before the public. And it's going to come out that what they're saying has no merit, has no fact to it. Or it's like a lie through omission. You tell just enough truth and then build the lie around it. Yeah, played out at the bottom of the deck in Carlos. The divination abuser, the manipulator, is without a vehicle, meaning, that group that can take you from here to there. So don't be surprised if the baby daddy spins this on Kalani and you find out a lot of what Kalani may be saying is not true. So maybe they aren't getting involved there at all. Yeah, she's on her own in this situation. They're not going to involve themselves in this. It's like it's the wrong time. And see, once he made that comment that alleged that she was a part of doing group activities with adults intimately, because y'all know I got to get creative over here on YouTube. They definitely didn't want any parts of getting involved with that due to the nature of what's being researched right now in the industry. Said Cop Nation is in a lot of problems right now also. Yeah. Because, I mean, if she is involved in something that is even remotely close to this, the last thing they want to do is look like, they run a ring of a certain type of operation, if y'all get what I'm saying. So she's going to have to really, really, really stand on, 10 toes down on this, because it's not looking like she's going to get the support that Henny got. Said Cop Nation is too busy with everything else they have going on. Said he definitely has information on her. Well, it looks like what she has on him doesn't pan out. But what he has on her could really, really, really throw her whole career on his axis. So to see divination abuser, it doesn't mean that she's into the craft, but a lot of people in Hollywood are. But it definitely means that there's a lot of manipulation allegedly coming from her side, and what she's pulling on doesn't appear to have any facts. But what he has can literally sink her battleship. So and if it gets to the point to where child services have to get involved, he may end up on the better end of getting a child. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's see, I'm going to tap in for a few with the tarot. The Hermit. Okay, so wow, this is like trying to force someone into a dark night of the soul. But, the Hermit is very knowledgeable. Hitting the table, that means that there's a lot that this person knows and has learned in silence. And, you got the Death card. That's like trying to bring an end through a transition, or trying to transition an end for someone. So she doesn't want him to come out of the dark, to come out of the Hermit position, because the Hermit is someone that is a scholar, someone that is very well educated, very well learned. I don't know what her sign is, but this is like, her being highly visible. This will bring hardship to her celebrity and how people see her. Yeah, she's trying to get balance through a new beginning, the wounded warrior. Like what he said really has her down on the ropes, guys. Um, so here it is. If this goes to court, there's going to be a lot of sneaky, underhanded stuff that's going to come out. Also, that is the people who are over her career. She she could end up in a situation where she's out in the cold from the from her position as a parent if she digs too far with this. Wow. So, like I said, somebody's still in love here, and it's like being wounded over a soulmate or wounded by a soulmate over and over again. So, it's like there's a very, very heightened intuition here. Um, there's something about Kalani that can be controlling at times. Let's see, here it is. Here's the child. New action has to be taken. And see him coming at her because of how she's speaking, the harshness, the over the top, you know, says she's a Taurus. Got it. Somebody said something about Taurus earlier. She's she's gonna regret speaking the way that she did towards him. This is gonna go in a way that she's not expecting. Yeah, 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the Justice. This is not going to be favorable the way she thinks it is. Looking for balance through um, a new opportunity through court. But see, this is where karma comes in when the Hierophant gets involved. Yeah, this is regretting the verbal conflict. She thinks she's going to drag him to court and he's going to be sorry if she sues him and she takes him to court. But this is not going to work out the way that she thinks it's going to work out, because here it is. She believes that the judgment will go in her favor, but it's going to, yeah, Queen of Coins here under the Page of Coins, which is the mother and the child. She's going to really, really cause people to look at her in a way which would be judgmental, that will affect her brand and her money. Yeah. And see, here he's juggling with the idea of what all he should expose. Let me see what's going on over here on Station Head. Oh, thank you, Hot Flush Summer. Yes, Kalani does have a girlfriend. I don't know if she's married or whatnot. It's alleged that her and Tiana Taylor were supposed to be dating. I did a tap in on that, and I saw that that energy was volatile and it could possibly lead to hands allegedly being put on somebody by somebody that, they would have that type of toxic relationship where you love hard and you fight harder, for words that I can't say on YouTube. Hey, Mother Angel, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, so she's got a lot of rocky, tumultuous energy around her, and it seems like the child's father, Jovan, he's trying his best to consider what it is that he might need to expose. It's pretty much that I'm on what you on. Whatever you're on, I'm on type energy. So if she push this, he'll push further. So she needs to be careful of how she pushes this because between him and her, she's got too much to lose. I'm glad you caught this live as well. So yeah, her and her baby daddy, Javon, she might not want to push him that hard. I promise you, on everything I love, she might not want to push him that hard because it looks like the information he has can have her, can have her canceled when it comes to the type of work she does. And see, this is why you got to be very careful and pick your battles. Um, there was something else y'all wanted me to read on. It's it's kind of weird the fact, but I get it though. Her being a Taurus, Tauruses are usually about stability and things that they can relate to. They can, depend on. But when they are out there, they're out there, out there. So she's gonna have to chill out and bring it down a notch and humble herself before life catches up to her and humbles her in a way to where she has no choice but to fall back. Y'all get what I'm saying? Say, can you tap into Kendrick Johnson? I'm not gonna do that one here because that's a deep dive and that goes into mediumship of the dead. I usually keep it light over here on Wednesdays. That might be a topic. I can read into that doing a regular reading where I just show my hands because I don't want to be distracted doing mediumship reading comments. That takes a whole nother set of energy for me. Let's see. I think Kendra's case was definitely foul play. Um, yeah. I mean, just like Shanquilla's case, you got young people that are related to people that are high on the food chain. Those people who are high on the food chain will do what they need to do allegedly to protect the young people in their family as long as it, you know, can be finagled by their jurisdiction, allegedly. And over here, said her and SZA used to date each other. Oh wow, never heard that, never knew that. I don't really get off into SZA's music. It's not that she's not a good entertainer. There's like a mood and an energy to her music that just feels karmic to me. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a certain level of drama I don't like to tap into. Like I mean, you got her number one song Kill Bill and she's talking about she might just unalive her boyfriend for moving on to be with somebody else. It's like, nah, not my cup of tea. Oh, yeah, Yanni, Lord have mercy. She said, well, her and SZA both lie, so it makes sense. Lord have mercy. I didn't expect that one. Yeah, so her music is draining and dark. Yeah, I don't want to listen to an album full of something like that and it just pulls my whole day down. Like if I'm gonna listen to more smooth and melodic music, I can go off into like the Jill Scott and Erica Badu and Tim's. You know, people more so like that. Sweetie and YG. Okay, I could do Sweetie and YG. I sure can. What the hell was in that phone that had them getting the police all riled up? Yes, it is hard on spiritual people. Absolutely, it's a lot of stuff that I don't listen to, and it doesn't mean that I don't have a ratchet playlist from time to time. But it's just some stuff that it's just like no, no, ma'am, no, sir. I'm not big on listening to Summer Walker for the same reason. It look like all of your music is this dude done me wrong and the baby daddy blues. I don't want to listen to a whole album of that, especially on repeat. Just not for me. Give me some of that old school R&B where people actually got along and loved each other. No, I didn't do Nicki and Drake. Not yet. Let's see. But I'm missing something. I think somebody. There we go. All right. Show me the energy between Sweetie and YG. What happened with this police call and the cell phone? And this is crazy because this happened right after Sweetie just had this. I wasn't quite big on the production choice for the song. For me, the production was a little weird. It was a little off, but I like that. You know, she got that feature. That was a great boost for her. Okay, so Temperance in the World. Y'all, Temperance in the World is an interesting combination to start off with two people that were fighting over a phone until the police came. So this feels like somebody wanted to balance through a new beginning and somebody wanted the relationship to end. So somebody's trying to break up, somebody's trying to make up. That's the energy that I'm getting. The will. So some kind of gossip, some kind of communication came in, and it's like this relationship, for the most part, for one of these two people, it's like the relationships bring balance, it brings prosperity. It's something that somebody wants to continue. The Lovers, the World. So Lovers represents a choice also. We're talking about what could have been possibly in that phone. Oh, whatever they were fighting over in this phone, you got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which represents like going into the engagement phase, taking it to the next level, and then boom, the world cycle comes to an end. You said that's how low vibing music speaks unhealthy bondage over your love life. Hey, say that again, honey. That's why I just won't do it. Not they scissored and together and lied together. I'm done. People is like, this is the love of my life. I want to provide. I want to be there. Yeah. So I don't know, cause like I said, this is a back and forth. This is a, you know, one of those relationships where they can go hard either way it goes. But I'm getting the energy that YG don't want to necessarily let go. Like, justice, balance. Okay, so justice and the Ten of Cups. Y'all, this some old ratchet hood Jody and promise you. Say YG love him some sweetie. Yeah, he wants to, he's looking at marrying her, providing for her. He's looking at her like, what hood dudes say that's wifey. Lord, somebody telling somebody make a choice, an ultimatum. Said is sweetie a player? I think that's what he was trying to find out. He was trying to get that phone. Because they said they were fighting over the phone when the police came. Said he ain't trying to go anywhere. Sounds like Kiki P and her man. Nah, that I hate that Kiki took him back. That's a clown and a fool. I ain't gonna put YG on old boy level. He's also worried about the type of opportunities that's coming into her. It's like, you got these opportunities, and he's thinking that she's gonna eventually move on, leave him behind. Something is going on her that's attached to an opportunity, and he wanted her to tell the truth. Okay, he wanted her to tell the truth. This is falling under the wheel of fortune. What's really good with this attachment between you and this person? What is this opportunity for real? Okay, so it looks like it may be, you know alleged that there is an opportunity that came for her out of her possibly being attached to somebody privately. Rumor, okay? Rumor with no regard. Oh, yeah. And he feels like this lover is possibly investing in her, allegedly. Yeah. And I mean, I feel they both had a lot of happy times together, because you got the sun under this Ace of Cups, but something is being illuminated here. Yeah, justice falls over the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is somebody who could be, going back and forth between, two different people, or somebody who can be behaving in a fickle way, okay? And Two of Wands, somebody needs to make a choice. Hold on. Uh, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. Somebody allegedly is creeping, sneaking, and geeking. Allegedly. That's what the fight was over the phone. So what about Sky Jackson and her little boo? Y'all, I'm telling you, this how I be knowing who tap in and watch my regular videos outside of the live. I've been warned y'all about Sky Jackson. I want to say, was it a little over a month ago? I did a whole reading on her. Yeah, she facing a case as well with this little boo thing. She's not just pregnant, she's facing a case. Now, if you go back through my videos, I told y'all about this before any of this video with her pregnant, engaged, and the police showing up. I warned y'all about all of this. Said she's married, pregnant, and was arrested, Angel. Like I said, if you go back to my video I did on her like last month, I warned y'all about this. I warned y'all about this. See, you got to understand, they're facing a possible Fed case together. From, hood logic, it makes sense that he would marry her and impregnate her, because if we're married, we can't testify against each other. And if you're pregnant, chances are you won't have to do any time. If anybody got to sit down, it'll be me. Said hard to believe she went down the wrong path. Baby, I don't put nothing past none of these young ones that grow up on these TV shows. They end up with a jaded way of looking at life, and they don't understand what real life and people are like outside of the industry. So it doesn't surprise me when they spiral out, because it's somebody like her, he's seen her coming a million miles running. If it wasn't him, somebody else would have jumped on her and signed her up to be their sucker too. Said, damn, I didn't see that video. She's a little firecracker. Said allegedly she punched him. Not in the face. Oh no. Sad situation for all involved. Yeah, y'all go back and read that video. Excuse me, not read that video. Whenever you get a free moment, you go back and watch that video. I gave y'all the information on her and him having a possible alleged Fed case where she is, his co-conspirator, allegedly, for possible laundering. Says she and Kiki so talented, been child actors. They love light-skinned men. Listen, they like the light-skinned men that's like the DeBarges, light and rough and in the front. Y'all know the DeBarges were always rough. They was pretty and rough. So any updates on Henny? Nothing that I know, worth update everything October, but it's so that they can submit more information. They want to submit more information, make the docket extended so they can get as much on the docket as possible. So the AG has been very favorable with allowing them to do that. So it usually works out in Tory's favor. Hi, Char Butterfly. You say you remember that live? Yeah, like I tapped into Sky Jackson a while ago, because I didn't know that, her life was that turned up and ratchet, and that she was, facing possibly, losing her house, and her whole career, her life has been upside down for a minute, especially since she got with this guy. Here you are announcing that you're pregnant to the public. You're getting married, and he can't even go on live and have a decent comment to say, yeah, congratulations, we're married, me and my wife. Like, he throwing up sets, and He doing everything he can to be as internet gangster as possible. She had to literally tell him pipe down, enough with him, enough with that. And it's just like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. But hey, it almost feels the same as like Sky Jackson. It almost feels the same as like when you see, the PK kids and the children that grew up in the Kojic church, and they go out into the world for the first time and they don't know about how to move around, so they get taken advantage of as soon as they get out there, because the person who normally couldn't pull this on a regular hood chick and get that far, it's like, oh, I can run all types of game on her because she don't know no better. She has no idea where I'm coming from. By the time she figures it out, it's too late. And that's where she is. Like, you're pregnant, looks like, second trimester pregnant. You got yourself involved in what it looks like a RICO case for laundering and possible racketeering, and you married this person, and it was probably his idea, not because he thought it was a good idea to get married, but if we're married, they can't make us testify against each other. That all of this. Whew. At the end of the day, I pray for the baby. The baby is innocent. Let the baby be born healthy. Let the baby come here, and hopefully one of the, because those high level cases, they take a lot of resources just to possibly get, a reduced sentence, let alone, lifetime probation, which is like 5 years or more. So, yeah, unfortunately, she's another one of these fallen like Disney Nickelodeon children. Let's see what y'all got up next. It's early, y'all. I'm not used to us being this far into the subjects this early. Gonna watch both chats, see what suggestions we have coming up. Y'all so sweet. Jelly Jams. Oh shoot, you say Kamala. That's gonna get interesting. I see a Drake and Nicki. I see Kamala. I don't know what y'all be expecting with Drake and Nicki. Y'all know Drake is funny acting towards Nicki. Y'all know Drake is on a downward spiral. Nicki's actually better to not mention him. Taraji P and Bally. Oh Jesus. That, when I saw her in Bally, it's like, what the hell? Why would you take a risk that would mess with your public persona by going to Bally, and we have yet to hear about you being connected to anything that he's involved in? Sorry about the noise, everybody. So I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna do Kamala first. That shouldn't take but so long. Ever since I told y'all that MAGA will be on their head, her and Megan, they have not disappointed. And her campaigning is not working too well. She's being heckled a lot. She's like crashed out with the media, cussing reporters out, telling them to leave her alone. So let's tap into what's going on with Kamala, y'all. Okay, so riding the fence, Two of Pentacles, juggling with, okay. So people, she's riding the fence, juggling with people that are investing in the campaign, because Six of Pentacles is unearned income. That's money that can be given to you without working for it. So I see that as campaign contributors. uh, she has more things that could possibly come to light. Yeah, Ten of Wands. She's got the weight of the world on her back, and she's really trying to reinvent herself to figure out what new ways that she can go about this election and tap in with the people. Page of Cups, Five of Wands. So, y'all, she's fighting against the idea of apologizing. What could you be fighting against apologizing for, ma'am? Yeah, her ships. Okay, so she had her ships coming in, but we've got this devil card at the bottom of the deck, which represents, obsession and toxicity. So, she was looking at ways that may have been considered toxic to have her ship coming in. Okay, so you've got the Emperor here, and then you've got, the Three of Cups, which represents celebration, parties, third part. Oh, okay. Okay. So everybody remember when they started to release the pictures of her back when she was younger, when she was out dating, going to these parties. It's like everything was going well, as far as she was concerned, until this correspondence started coming up about her in her single days partying. Said Trump finna walk out to a Nicki song. Oh, Lord. Said Joe Rogan, I think is his name, is suing over an edited Kamala video that they did to make it seem like he was supporting Kamala. Wow. Okay, so that goes back to the Six of Pentacles. Thank you for letting me know that circumstances never matters, because the Six of Pentacles, represents those who invest in her, who invest in her campaign and support her. Um, this is putting the Ten of Wands on her back. And now it's like, going back and forth. Thank you. That's exactly what this is. Going back and forth, fighting with this party. Is she wants, she's fighting against apologizing. She doesn't want to have to publicly apologize. But, now, that she's got her running mate, y'all, they're about to really start digging for dirt. Running. Yeah. Offer. Uh-oh. Unrequited offer hits the table. Four of Cups. The Nine of Swords with the Queen of Cups. It's almost like her intuition is telling her that she needs to be worried. It's no telling where the tea is about to come from with her, what's about to come out. Said, watching, heck, even listening to Glow and the horse makes my skin itch. Oh, Lord. Said she's finna be drunk that entire interview. Well, y'all know that interview already happened. That's an old interview that they recorded during the tour before those numbers start coming out. He said Trump lost a lot of support today by saying he agrees with Elon that workers shouldn't be unionized, contradicting his workers' views, his workers' focus campaign. Well, I'm not surprised that he said workers shouldn't be unionized, because y'all got to remember all the stuff that he would argue with the employees at Trump Towers. This is also the person who was president who wanted people who work for tips to be 100% taxed on their tips. No individual is 100% taxed on the money they earn. That's absolutely ridiculous. nobody will be able to work and earn anything if you paid 100% taxes. So that definitely does not surprise me at all. Say yes, ma'am. Said it was MSNBC, and they put it out there. The edit video they chopped up was what Joe really said about Kamala. Oh wow. So if you think about it, now let's think back to Kai Cenat. Didn't he say that he was contacted by Kamala's people and he couldn't understand what the hell would he sit down with Kamala for because he doesn't know anything about politics, and then they tried to deny that they reached out to him? So now here it is, a very, very highly visible social media person, one of the most visible in all of social media, is saying that you took his stuff and chopped and screwed it. Think about how visible Kai Cenat is. So it seems like this is her way of connecting with the younger people because she hasn't been connecting well, but it's backfiring because she doesn't know how to, I want to say, compromise, not even humble herself, but how to compromise, because everybody has a brand, everybody has brand integrity. So you're going to take one of the most notable faces on YouTube, actually a few of them, and then put it in the algorithm by associating with them. I'm just going to say the same thing that I said before. What are your policies? No matter what Trump says, if you disagree with them, you like them, you don't like them, he has policies. He's giving us something to say we like or we don't like. He's giving us things where we can look at him and say, nah, I don't think I want to do that. She hasn't given us any policies at all. We really don't know what she stands for. Like, she'll come out, you know, if you think about from the DNC event where she brought out Megan and she brought out Quavo, we still, from that day to this day, don't have a clear, concise idea of what she's going to do or what she represents. To me, it's not about, her going back and forth with Trump. I should be able to look on your website or, your social media, and I should be able to, different things you support. I know what's in alignment with what I support. We haven't clearly seen her yet. Said she surely hasn't not give us one policy at all. Says she's always laughing. That's suspicious as it is right. See, when we look at Trump, you could say, okay, don't vote for him, Project 25. And then you could say, okay, well, vote for him because of X, Y, and Z. We don't have a clear-cut idea of what to vote for and what not to support with her at all. Everything is a gray area, and that, to me, that's not a good look. Not for somebody who already has been in office for 4 years, even if you are the, supporting cast as the vice president. You've been in office for 4 years. You know what's working, what's not working. You should be better at having a current policy. Said that's a red flag for me right there. Yeah, that's my biggest thing with her. It's like, I don't care who you bring out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Renata Hill. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't care who you bring out to twerk, to throw that ass in the circle, to sing, to pray. What are your policies? Like, if you're a feminist, does she say anything that supports women's right and feminism? If you're, Pan-Africanist, I don't even know if I said that right, but if you're that, is she giving you anything that supports people that are of the diaspora, you know, just as a minority in general. What are her policies for any minority? What is she talking about for healthcare, for education? What's going to happen with the people that are migrating into our country right now after they run out of the stimulus that the government is giving them? What is your plan to make sure that they're not homeless and that they don't end up in a position to where they may have to resort to crime because you did not prepare them? Where are they going to live? What schools are they going to go to? How are we going to support the schools with bilingual teachers so that they can help these children to, more so integrate into society? Like, just give me something. What exactly are you going to do? So I know you don't care, but what are your views? You said, but your views keep going up and down. Baby, I don't know what's happening, what's not happening. I rock with who rocks with me. Whoever's still on here, that's who I'm talking to. Y'all know they spam me to the gods, so I might have 80 actual people in here and 5,000 bots. So I guess today they figured they'd try something new. They'll just break into the transmission, break it up, scramble it up a couple of times, and let up on the let up on the trolls and the bots. I don't know. They probably figured they won't send me any more trolls from another live or two after I did a reading on that last one. Say hey, Miss Zoe. How are you? It's a new strategy in progress. Yes. They say she getting along too well with the bots and the trolls. She started reading the trolls. We gotta find something else to do. Let's see. Yes, and Project 25 is terrifying. Unfortunately, U.S. politics is exactly like the UK policies with the two-party system, and no one likes either of them. They don't even try now. Yeah, sadly. Said it's coming Friday. They heard you. Say Friday, 8/16. Harris is expected to announce that she will be making a tackling, what is this? Inflation to one day priority, as well as outline the plan to lower C. I'm just gonna have to wait to see what she says. She did the View. I couldn't even find the way to laugh because it's like Whoopi was hanging on to every word, but at the same time she was making that face like, bitch, what? Like, excuse me? She really was hanging on to what she was saying, and you could see where the lights went out. Like, I don't know what you just answered. We asked the question about one thing, and you ended up so far over there that not only did you not answer the question that was requested of you to answer, you didn't even answer whatever it was that you were making up that you answered. TV right now is getting so transparent to where people are forgetting to act while they're on camera. Said apparently Disney unalived this man's wife. Oh wow, she had a peanut allergy. They were at Disneyland and they won't do anything about it because he signed up for Disney Plus. What? LOL terms of services he's suing. They served her peanuts after he told them that. Oh well, listen. If he told her, if he told the staff that she had a peanut allergy, which is one of the worst allergies to have when it comes to the service industry, they are liable for that. It's stuff like this that makes it to where I'm very fickle about where I go, because if you're sitting there, I give a perfect example. I never forget, I went to a restaurant, and I usually drink, scotch, bourbon, or red wine. And they had a mixed drink on the menu. I told them, I said, listen, whatever you do, I'm allergic to strawberries. Now, I'm allergic to strawberries. I watched the person go to make my drink in a tin that they made a drink in prior, and they did not rinse the tin before they went to make my drink. I went to stop the person, was like, wait a minute, I just told you I got this allergy. Oh, no, 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 you're fine, I got you. No, 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 no. You made another cocktail in that same tin. What was in that tin before you made my cocktail, before you started building my cocktail? Guess what was in that tin, y'all? The last drink before mine was like a berry cocktail that had 4 different types of berries in it, and one of them was strawberry. So this person's moving so fast. Had I not been sitting there able to see them make my cocktail, they could have sent me to the hospital. And I did not have an EpiPen. So, yeah, once you tell them that you have an allergy, especially if it's something that can cause you to go into anaphylactic shock, they are 100% uh, responsible. They're accountable, because you can't say you didn't know if the person told you and you still gave them something that they told you was life threatening. Peanut allergies, especially shellfish allergies, very, very, very aggressive allergies. People who have celiac, I mean, you'll have people say they want gluten free, and a lot of times they don't have that allergy. But you still, once you hear gluten allergy, you have to respect that they have that allergy, because if they really do have a gluten allergy, you send them to the hospital, you just played with that person's life. And I mean, that's crazy. I mean, the man told you what his wife could not have. And chances are somebody possibly plated something wrong and switched the plate. Whatever they did, it cost. On station head a little. Wow, you must be the guy. Ain't that about nothing? I never knew audio could skip on station head. Yeah, they trying me all the way around, y'all. Oh well, we gonna still keep the party going. So let's see. I had Nicki and Drake. Let me see what else was up next. Okay, I see a Halle Bailey. Um, I'm gonna do a tap in on Halle, but I think I need to do that one as a little more drawn out, like a personal, and upload it separate. Yes, you do. You have to separate everything for those allergies. Like there's places like if you have peanut allergies, you have to be very careful as well when you go to places that have fryers, because a lot of those places will use peanut oil, and that might be how they got her sick. They use peanut oil, especially like with fries, because it makes them crispier and it has a higher smoke point. So it could have been peanut oil, and whoever it was that served the food didn't even think of it because there was no peanuts in the food, but it could have been deep fried in peanut oil, if that makes sense. Yeah, they said Hallie moved out. I heard that not only did they say she moved out, they said that he cheated not with Ruby Rose, but with Ruby Rose's best friend. So I said, now wait a minute. Ruby Rose's best friend? So, Ruby, you've been flirting with this man low-key, finally stopped shading them for having a baby together, and you catch a stray on the back end because he cheats with your best friend? Whew, have mercy. They need to just hot girl summer, city girl, all of that. Just cancel all that energy. Let's see, I'm trying to go back so I can get everybody. Okay, Nicki and Drake, Taraji. Trying to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. Okay, so we're gonna look at Nicki and Drake and the Taraji thing. I see a tap in on Lil Wayne. You said what happened with Ruby Rose. That's the whole thing. That's why we're all confused. Nothing. He did not cheat with Ruby Rose. He cheated with Ruby Rose's best friend, allegedly. He said an update on Emilio's case. I mean, it really ain't much I can update y'all on in that case. Emilio came with that fire, and he's making her prove and provide evidence that she did not have residency in California, so that they can't move the case. He's demanding that the case stays in California, and he's turned over a whole gang of emails between him and Rock Nation showing expenditures, who was handling his payments, and him not receiving payments. So that's where we are with Emilio. So let's see. We're gonna go between Nicki and Drake, and then we're gonna find out what the hell is wrong with Taraji for popping up out there in Bali, Lord. Well, no, this week ain't been dry. It depends on where you look, because low key, that girl Henny has been on Whack 100 and Ray J head, because apparently they Rico, allegedly. Okay. Um, it's I want to say Blue's father is starting to realize that he got bamboozled with his son, and now they got to figure out what they're going to do, because Blue is being given an additional 4 years. Yeah, said Henny been on their necks. Yeah, shout out to her, the good Henny. Alrighty. Nicki and Drake, Nicki and Drake, Nicki and Drake. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, that's Nicki's cards right there. Nicki and Drake. Show me the energy on Drake's side between Nicki and Drake. Oh, somebody don't want to talk. Oh, Wounded Warrior, Nine of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So he's the Wounded Warrior over juggling opportunities, or pretty much playing in Nicki's face. Powers that be at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, what's this? So we're looking at, the gossip around his current collaborations and the choices that he's made. And it looks like he's worried about more things coming to light. And this is bringing heartbreak to him. You know, things that he had hoped for is bringing heartbreak to him, because it's like there's definitely more information to come with him. Yeah. So, oh, y'all, look at this. So the powers that be, the Hierophant. See, he misread the memo. He's thinking, oh, they're going to slowball her, the Queen of Wands, which would be the Sagittarius, which would be Nicki. But what he doesn't understand is, due to her being an immovable force right now, because it's her time, he didn't understand that the alleged blackball is being repealed, that they're messing with her. So it's not a good look for him to appear dishonorable right now when it comes to her. That's actually slowing up money for him. Said, yes, I'm a food service manager for Head Start children, and I have a lot of special diet kids coming tomorrow. I already let the teachers know they can't come back until they have their doctor's statements. Yeah, it's very, very serious when you have foodborne allergies. You cannot play with those. Um, I'm not going to look into anyone's unaliving or demise on this live, because that goes off into mediumship with the dead, and that takes a different type of energetic pull. Because if she comes through and she wants to talk, I got to put these cards down and go in full mediumship. And I use the cards from time to time so I don't have to use my direct energy. So if you guys want more mediumship type readings, I can do that. It just would, because my lives are so long, I need to preserve my energy. So anything that I got to go that deep into, I'm not going to do that when I'm on here for a long, extended amount of time. Because it'll mess me up to where I'll be tired and I'll have to sleep longer tomorrow. And when I need my rest, I got to get my rest. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So I activated memberships. Any particular like hot topic readings that probably wouldn't be good for the general public on the channel, through the basic membership. And to who wants to learn how, I added a tier for $10 a month, like 99, where I can do like 3 to 4 videos a week, and you can keep those and view them at your leisure whenever you see fit, so that you can learn tarot on your own time. Because I know I've got international people now, and it's harder to do the classes for people when you have a time zone change that might be anywhere from 5 to 8 hours difference. So I figured that would be a lot easier for people who want to sign up for tarot class. That way everybody, can, if you sign up that way through the membership, you can keep those videos. You can still ask questions. I'll answer your questions in the comments, and those will be private for all of you in that membership to be able to, at your leisure, pull those videos up at any possible time. Okay, I'm seeing more mediumship readings. If they're very in-depth mediumship readings, I'll put those in membership, because YouTube is tricky. Some stuff they won't allow me to upload, if it's going to be regular public. I learned that the hard way with the Shanquilla Robinson case. The further I went in depth, the next thing I know, they wanted to, stop me from uploading for like 30 days. And they had no strikes on my videos, y'all. That's the crazy part. No strikes on my videos. But yeah, they were trying to hold my channel for 30 days. Hey, Angry and Educated. I mean, I go back and forth in my regular readings between mediumship and card reading. Those are who are intuitive, like that are usually down in my chat. They can tell you when I get to channeling. But yeah, sorry for that commercial break, y'all. So this energy with Drake, it's like him being wishy-washy with Nicki is actually not working out for him. It actually backfired on him. He has more stuff coming to the light pretty soon. And the people in the past who supported possibly, trying to push Nicki out of the limelight, trying to blacklist her, they're quietly removing those restrictions. It's one of those, if we can't beat you, we'll join you type energies. And it's like he didn't read the room. He didn't pay attention. Yeah. King of Cups in reverse. This was a very cold and callous person. When he decided to link up and work with these other people, he just jumped head in. He went right into it. He was not concerned about how this would affect their relationship, how she would feel. Um, he has a very, and I'm going to say allegedly, he has a very egotistical way of looking at things. And it's like, okay, well, you were hot then. I mean, oh, well, you're not hot now, so I got to work with who's hot now. Like, he doesn't have the loyalty that she has. And see, here she is, right here, Queen of Wands. But now he's heartbroken because all of this has come full circle. Yeah, and it's causing harsh communication, y'all. So now it's like he's realizing that him walking away from this relationship, him, being wishy-washy and funny acting towards her, it couldn't have happened at a worse time. So yeah, you got this Six of Cups here, which represents like unearned. I mean, excuse apologies. It represents unearned money falling under font. Y'all don't be surprised if Drake starts facing possible legal issues that could lead to judgments. Also, these people that are over his career, they're looking for, a return on their investment, equal reciprocity, because they need it for their stability. The labels are not. It's something, yeah, something affecting the stability here. Four of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Somebody behind the scenes may feel that it's a good idea for him to apologize or to fix the relationship between him and Nicki because they don't want this to continue to affect their bottom line, allegedly. They know that there's a huge end coming. It's coming in very fast. Um, Yeah, these label owners, the people who are running the labels, the CFOs, the CEOs, there's about to be a shakeup here. There's about to be a shakeup. Oh, shoot. So we got the Two of Wands here, falling under the Two of Pentacles, which is like he's going to be a wounded warrior because now they're juggling with the choice and decision of what they should do with him. You got the Two of Swords here and the Five of Cups. I don't know if this is like him directly or people that are a part of his corporate team. Y'all, they're about to start getting rid of some very higher level people in some of these labels, and it's going to start affecting these artists because it's like these people that they're getting rid of are their liaisons, the ones that actually have the relationship that gets them the deals and goes to bat for them to get advances. This is going to be the first time ever you see this many people in higher management be released from the labels. Yeah. This is going to affect his stability as well. There's things going on in secret behind the scenes. Um, they're really feeling some type of way with him right now because he's not producing at the level that they feel that he should produce, and they need their investment back. So they're trying to figure out ways to repackage him. I just did this. I tapped into this not too long ago with the reading I did for him with UMG. They're desperate to repackage him because if they don't, they're not going to get a return on their investment, and they don't want to drop him, but at the same token, they're not willing to spend any more additional money that they don't have to spend because they've already put a lot in, excuse me, into him allegedly. Yeah, said damn Kendrick was the catalyst for his own downfall. I told y'all Kendrick came through and cut the head off the dragon. Now let's see Nicki's side of this. Nicki must be over it, y'all. I never had this much trouble opening her bag. There we go. All right. Show me the energy around Nicki and how she feels about Drake's behavior, how he's been treating her. Okay, so Eight of Swords. She yeah. Nicki is more tapped in than y'all think. She knows that something is going on that has his binding his stability, financial stability. So also with the world coming out after the Eight of Swords, she knows that she's coming out of these relations as well. Nine of Wands, where she's had to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight over and over and over again. She knows that that time is finally letting up. Knight of Swords. Yeah, messages are coming into her left and right about her financial stability. Right now, she really just can't lose. Also, she's getting messages behind the scenes about what's going on with him and his money and what's happening at that company. Y'all be surprised how many people hit Nicki lineup. Nicki got the juice. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So here it is. They're trying to repackage him, remarket him, try to figure out what they're going to do with him, how they're going to put him back out here for public consumption because they don't want to lose out on their investment. And all she's hearing is about financial wellness, how things are going to manifest and benefit for her that are going to be really, really good for her financially. Nine of Coins, the independent woman. So now she's working on being free from all of her contracts, working independently. This could also speak to when her contract is up with Republic. She won't be signing with any more labels. She'll be her own entity. Hey, that girl, Henny. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Say, hey, stopping by, showing your page some love and giving gratitude to you as well. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Oh, thank you, beautiful. I greatly appreciate you. Maybe one of these days we can do a mashup where I'll pull the cards and you pull the court dockets. Let me know. I'm usually really, really accurate. I'm good at this. So yeah, y'all, Nicki is doing very well. She also knows the inside tea of what's going on with Drake. I feel like she got the inside track on what was going on with Drake before he did. She gets a lot of inside tea from the record labels and the way things are going to go with the financial projections of these record labels. Yes, the Drake is entering his hate train era. Um, I can't say that he's entering his hate train era because it's like to have a hate train is usually because it's like things that are built up against you that take you down. Drake kind of drove the Magic School Bus on this one himself. Had he had not kept coming for Kendrick, getting his fans to drag Kendrick for like, y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear this in the background. It's like every time I end a sentence, it's a bus stop up the street from my house. You can hear like the bus ding every time I end a sentence. But yeah, he kind of stepped into this himself and then he kept dragging it and dragging it and dragging it. So yeah, Ace of Wands. So yeah, she's coming through swiftly and boldly. um, Eight of Coins, there's plenty of work for her after being shunned, after being out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. Six of Cups. And the Seven of Wands. So this is like past energy where she had to be defensive. And it's like now she's getting her justice. Because it's like, there was plenty of times where she defended him. She stuck up for him. She had to be defensive of their union. And now it's like she doesn't have to say anything because it's like the writing is on the wall. So like Lotto still wants to work with Nicki, but online acting like she can't say her name anymore. More like she's better off not saying her name. This is the wrong time to want to shade Nicki. But what I don't like about what's happening is that everybody wants to do the one off and thank Kim. Why does it have to be a one off? Why can't you just give Kim her flowers and her gratitude instead of using her as a seat filler to keep from saying Nicki? That's not fair to Kim. And if y'all really, really rock with Kim like that, shoot her a feature and work with her for real. So we got the Queen of Cups. And it's fallen under the world. Like I said, Nicki is highly intuitive. So she knew a lot about what was going to come to pass, where things were going to start going downhill with Drake before he even knew. She would have even been willing to put him up on game and let him know what was going on. But it's like, why tell you what's going on when you're out here shading me and you're doing certain things to where you're trying to make it look like we're not like that. So if we're not like that, I'm just going to focus on me. I see where it looks like, he could have possibly hurt her feelings several times over with the way that he communicated, which was an unrequited offer. But either way it goes, she's still winning. Yep. She took a leap of faith and it ended up turning into the Wheel of Fortune. he took a leap of faith and it ended up being off a cliff. Yep. And now it's like you got the devil falling under the Ace of Wands, where that's showing me that she's very, very obsessed with, you know, forward movement, expansion. Ace of Coins. She's getting herself prepared to go in her mogul phase. She's stacking up and preparing herself to go into mogul phase. Yep, Page of Coins. So you've got the Eight of Coins to the Page of Coins, which is like she's constantly working and she's also building new financial opportunities. So Nicki's focusing on Nicki. She, you know, decided to fall back and let Drake fall on his ass. You know, finally, it's like I'm not going to keep trying to defend, you know, what you won't even stand up for. If we not like that, I'm going to just let it be that way. It's not like that. I'm going to keep winning. I knew that you were about to lose, but why should I tell you if you shading me low-key and acting like a broad? So I ain't mad at her at all. You know, treat people like they treat you. It's the golden rule. STS, I forgot you were in here, baby. Yeah, that I can't be mad at her at all for that. So that's the energy I have currently. Let's see. Say Patreon can be uncensored. It's also a little bit regular income for you. You know what? I started a Patreon. I just got to start uploading over there. So thank you for reminding me. Because, you know, it was a good point being made with all the stuff that's going on recently with YouTube, where you have one of the, you know, older corporate members. I don't want to say founder, but close enough. One of those members just passed away and things are up, you know, in the air. Why not, you know, maximize exposure and work on several different things? Said the so the gold boot he invested in will be kicking his arse doing the demons after him. Hey, said I think it was a proposed lawsuit for BBL Drizzy that was the nail in the coffin. Funny you mentioned that because I saw that he had new legal things on the way with that last reading I did with him and UMG. I saw that UMG was trying to clean up his image, but there was possible legal things, you know, on the way, more information on the way. And whatever this is that they've been trying to keep under the radar, they may be better dropping him if it's as bad as it looks, you know, spiritually, allegedly. Sounds like the Kendrick collab could be coming a lot sooner. Baby, if Nicki does a Kendrick collab, oh my God. And don't let somebody like Tory Lanez be featured on Kendrick collab. And the both of them on the bar. I would probably say why Little Kim doesn't speak out on the girls using her name. At a certain point, you don't want to look like the bitter old chick. It's like, okay, when they give you love, you got something to say. They don't give you love, you got something to say. So I don't blame her. I would just fall back and let them be seen as disingenuous to the people, because she ain't got to say nothing. We as the people are calling it. Said according to Ice Spice, Nicki is offering artists 360 deals. Is that true? And if so, why would she do that? Oh, that's an interesting one. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. What kind of deal did Ice Spice sign over there where her album is doing triple toothpick? Because it's not common by leaps and bounds that you can get a deal with any label, especially a major, where it's not some kind of 360. They're standard nowadays. It says, can you read if she's working on a collab with Kendrick? He's kind of misogynistic. Well, baby, that's the industry. Point blank, period. Uh, so Tia Marie, we real live bacon, not real live bacon in Texas over here, extra crispy. I cannot. Said Kendrick has always shown Nicki love. Nicki's loyalty to Drake is why that collaboration hasn't happened. Well, if it happens, I mean, Drake brought it on himself because, I mean, once you popped out with Lotto and the song was terrible, we gotta call an ace a ace and a spade a spade. If he can pop out with Lotto after everything that happened between the both of them, and Nicki has been down by law this whole time, Nicki got the right to go do whatever she want to do now. So, Angel, do you think Nicki believes the pedo accusations towards Drake and feels some type of way about that? I feel like that's very touchy. It's very touchy because, I mean, you got to look at the history of the people that have been around her in the past, and it just would not, it definitely would not be good for her branding because people are going to just look at her and be like, okay, how many people do you know that are like this? I don't think she would have turned on him because of those accusations, but I do believe that him just doing the most, playing in her face and trying to pretend like a thing is not a thing, is what actually is going to do it. So what's funny is Lotto thought that she was doing something by hooking up with Drake. I mean, my question is, did all of this collab happen when he was dating her sister? And then when it was done, him and the sister were done. It's kind of, you know, if you look at it that way, I could be wrong, but it feels kind of opportunistic. Said Drake been allegedly moving cargo of kiddos' toys, if you get what I'm saying. Oh, geez. I told y'all it's way more stuff to come, and it's actually it's a blessing in disguise for Nicki that he did this because now they can separate the brands, allegedly. Say Nicki's been playing nice with Drake all these years, and he's constantly playing in her face. Yeah. Said he opened that door, so that's what I'm saying. He did that himself. Said if Nicki collabs with Kendrick, Drake will collab with Cardi. And that will make Drake look like a true sucker. It really would. Said Drake has been a snake to Nicki the whole time. The world sees that. How do you think J. Cole feels about what's been happening to Drake and Drake sneak dissing on him? Spam Instagram accounts saying Jay-Z don't mess with Cole. I think J. Cole is, you know, real chill about it, and he gonna sit back and pretty much pay it no mind in the public, but he's gonna go back in that studio, and if you the squirrel type, you'll pick up on his bars, you know, where the conversation is going that way and he's addressing him. Like, he doesn't have the Kendrick energy where he just likes to come out swinging like that. He's the, you know, I light incense and drink wheatgrass, you know, type of individual. Not necessarily like a yogi, but just more peaceful. They say Lotto, ooh, allegedly, they say Lotto's slept with Mariah Carey ex Tommy, and that's how she was able to get her song with her. Well, I'm not gonna fall into believing that, because if you know the history of Mariah and Tommy, you know Tommy can't tell Mariah shit. So I'm gonna fall back on that one. And she's definitely, Mariah definitely ain't about to let Tommy call the shots this in this part of her life. Not after how she had to do what she had to do to get away from him. That was a rough marriage for her to get out of. Said I feel J. Cole knows Camel's face very well. I definitely agree, Angel the Babe. Kaylin, I'm serious. He would look like a sucker. That look real crazy. So that's crazy to me is that Drake has fell out with all of these people publicly, he's 100% the problem. Well, it's when Wayne said that they were at that white party and the only person there that made their way to come speak to him was Glorilla. I said, "Ooh, ouch." Now Drake went out of his way to be seen talking to Glorilla. So remember, I told y'all, come next year, Glorilla's the new it girl. She's going to replace Meg, and then all the girls are going to be kind of like on tiers. There's not going to just be a new, top girl. They're going to elevate them on tiers. But I don't see any of these girls making the money that the girls before them made, because a lot of these girls are not that smart business wise. Said J. Cole has a song with Nicki despite Camel Face trying to ensure that he ends Nicki. J. Cole loves the women, so I don't see him getting involved in that at all. Said Drake is the common denominator. Future literally made a diss album and song on Drake with Like That and has been silent ever since. Said Nicki is always the top. Said there will not ever be another Nicki for real, for real. So what's going to happen with Meg? Hi, sweetie. You're new to my chat. Oh my gosh, we've had so many lives with Meg. We call her Henny. She is going to continue to decline as information starts to come out with Tori. The more comes out with Tori, the harder it's going to be to push her. We just said tap into Kim and Nicki. Iman, where have you been, sweetheart? Where were you at when we did the live where I tapped into the energy around them due to what's her name? Deb Atney. I tapped into the both of them. It's not what y'all think. That's what I've been telling you all this time, is the biggest beef between them came because of the men. The men around them were extremely messy. If they can get past the men that were involved in a lot of this foolishness, they'll do fine. It's going to have to be, a really hard personal conversation, possibly some tears or whatnot. But I think they can work through it. They just have to remove the part where the men were involved. So do you think she's going to even better openers with the second tour? You talking about Nicki or Henny, sweetie? So I was curious if they were kikiing lately. Oh, okay. So that's I save to because I'm just upset with why she would even go over there and associate herself, but whatever. Show me how do Nicki and Kim feeling about the current state of music with Drake, Lotto, and these girls giving Kim compliments to avoid complimenting Nicki. How do they feel about all of this whole dynamic? Oh, okay. Y'all. Boom. Look at this. They're getting their love from the top. The Hierophant to the Ace of Cups. They're getting their love from the top. This is literally like the powers that be to say, listen, like I told y'all earlier, I can't beat her, so let's join them. So now they're going to push the winner, because it's like we can't get her out the way, we can't get rid of her. Speaking of Nicki, it's better to work with her than against her. And If they work with her, y'all, they might get what they've always wanted through Deb Atney, which is to unite Foxy, Kim, and Nicki. If they can pull that off, that will be monumental. And that's something that the higher ups can monetize for years to come, because it will be hip hop history. That would be like the female equivalent to Kendrick Lamar Pop Out, if you get what I'm saying. So imagine you get like, HBO Max or Amazon Prime to get behind this and stream this, and this will be the female version of the Pop Out. This would make global history. Said Nicki, the only one still making music. Said they couldn't compare to Nicki. They couldn't compare Nicki to Kim no more. Well, I don't even think it was about comparing Nicki to Kim, because a lot of these younger girls, they weren't around during the reign of Little Kim. They weren't here for the Queen Bee era, so they don't understand how big Foxy or Kim were during their time. Yeah, Kim's still out here doing shows. She's still out here making her money. But when it was Kim's time, Kim was epic without social media. So a lot of these young girls, they know about Kim as far as fashion, but they don't know how big Kim's reach was at that time. So to take all of the veterans of female hip hop, well, the top, they literally would be like the top three when it comes to sell and influence, especially in this phase of female rap. We're talking about this type of genre, the bangy cute girls with the bars, the high end fashion, with the street edge. Like, this is where all three of them excel. Yeah, so y'all, secretly behind the scenes, you got the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. That's like they're keeping things real tight under their chest, because they're trying to make this manifest to bring a contract of those three to work together, because they know that this will be epic, and this will be the type of moment that will not only break the internet, but it will break streaming history records, and it will happen swiftly. Yeah, balance through a new beginning, and the world would be in particular King of Pentacles to the Page of Swords. Somebody in particular wants to get behind this so they can make this highly visible. They can make sure everybody sees this. Um, it's not etched in stone, but this is what the industry wants. If the industry can get these three to come together, they will make this bigger than the Pop Out. And think about how bad you would feel to be left out of this historic moment, because this will be one of the biggest moments of female hip hop of all time. I mean, literally all time. And not only female hip hop, this will be one of the biggest moments in hip hop period in all time, because all three of these women were able to dominate and ride the charts with men. They were always the best amongst the group, even with men. See, all three of them didn't need other females to compete against, because they could go and battle with the men. So just imagine, y'all, overall how big this would be if they could pull this off. Yes, this would be epic. Correct. Said not like us, Nicki, Kim, and Foxy with Tory return would be wild. Y'all, I'm telling you, I would probably have to come on here and tell y'all I learned sign language, or go find me a board with a dry erase board with a marker, because I would be in here screaming so loud. When next time I go live, I just be writing y'all notes, like, because this would literally be huge. I mean, for overall hip hop, none of the new girls could come together and do that. You could have every last one of them have a twerk down competition from all around the world, and they could not do what these three could do together. Listen, don't y'all laugh at me like that. I might be throwing up gang signs trying to get my fingers warmed up, but I figure it out. Sit down, I had to be on station head. Whoo, y'all, you be mad at me. Be like, Angel, cut your mic off. Stop screaming. Said, Nicki don't mess with Remy Ma. Well, I named the big three, y'all. See, Remy Remy went in. This moment would solely be about these three, because these three in their own ways all shaped hip hop and made it iconic. That's why I thought it was crazy that they did this interview with Lotto, Sexy Red, and Flo Milli, and none of the names that I mentioned were up on that wall for females in hip hop that made an impact. How is it possible? No Nicki, no Foxy, no Kim on y'all wall. Y'all made Cardi the center of the wall. Whose idea was that? They couldn't have went to the stats. They couldn't have looked at the impact globally. They couldn't have looked at the fan bases. Said Remy had her reign, 5 queens of hip hop. Missy, I definitely agree with Missy for sure. Missy was one of the top selling females of all time, only to be, you know, brought down in sales by, Nicki. But said squashing their beefs, Remy, Mickey squashing their beefs. I mean, most of their beefs came from outside parties. What did it say? Said Cardi B failed the hip hop legacy. Well, that's because Cardi B is not hip hop. Just because you rap don't mean you hip hop. People that are hip hop, you can hear the 5 elements in what they do. Yeah, you said the real Il Nana. The Il Nana was a hot damn album. Like all of their albums from back when they dropped them in the 90s to the early 2000s, I can listen to them right now and they're still better than what's on the radio. That Foxy Gotta Get You Home Tonight, you could drop that right now in the club, and that's better than 90% of what these new girls are dropping. Still to this day. Kim, Put Your Lighters Up. Um, Most of her, the Magic Stick. Like you could drop all that old stuff that they did right now, and the club is still gonna go up. And said, "Oh, I love Foxy down in Nigeria. Every party Foxy comes up. Yeah, Gotta Take You Home with Me Tonight was that jam. I still listen to that." Said Nicki just popped up on Station Head. Stop listening to Cardi B when she disrespected Tupac album. I didn't even know she had disrespected Tupac's album. She's not even in a lane where she could speak his name. Yeah, so the Magic Stick, yeah. I mean, even if you take it back to like Lil Kim and Too Short, Call Me. Man, what? Satisfaction guaranteed. I give you what you need. When they was mentioning they was on the MCI, some of y'all don't even know what MCI. That was an old phone company. So Angel, remember that reading about the other Ladies Night remake being possible? Yes. Yes. Hey Isaiah. Yeah, I hope that they can get past, the animosity and all the past beef and all of that, because this would be epic. I mean, oh my God. Can you imagine what the streams would be for that? You said Nicki on the air right now. And see, Nicki about to show out, because this is her second leg in the United States. And remember, y'all, I told y'all about Billy Ray, putting that in the air that he wanted to come to her show. Like, everybody is trying to get a part, just a piece in somehow, some way on Nicki, because now to trend, you got to come back through her. Said Eve slid too. Yeah. Who's that girl? For me, it was Ride or Die Chick. I love that collab with her in the Locks. I love her collab with her and Dragon. Let's talk about um, like the Scorpion album. I definitely could still listen to that. Like Eve was that girl. Like Lauryn Hill. Like I'm into those girls. Since Styles P is my favorite rapper of all time. Okay. Shout out to the Locks. Yes, it can't stop the shine. Said Kim just needs to understand that she has no versatility when Biggie. I'm not gonna agree with that, DS Raven, and the reason why I don't agree with that is that she dropped 3 albums back to back that actually did well after he passed away. It for me it feels like Kim was different after she came out of lockup. Like that Naked Truth album, that Naked Truth album went in. That was a good album. Out of jail, that didn't seem to connect. He said I listen to Foxy and Kim most weeks still. So I wish Nicki could bring Kaya or even Mia X. Ooh, that'd be crazy. Can y'all imagine Kaya and Mia X on the same song? Mama Mia, oh my gosh. Like if you used to listen to No Limit and you listen to Mia X used to go in. I love me some Mia X. You're going to have me going down a rabbit hole listening to Mia X tonight. Said Left Eye would have been the it girl for rap if she were still alive. Um, I feel like she had stalled out for a moment, and that's why she went to do the cleansing, because she knew she had to do spiritual cleansing. Left Eye about music. So I think eventually what she would have done is ventured out away from music, and she would have went more off into the healing and the, like the Dr. Sebi route. She would have went more into like spirit work, if that makes sense to y'all. Yeah, I said Left Eye wanted to come out of female rap. Yeah, she would have went more off into like the spirit work. Yes, holistic healer. That's where I see that she was heading. She loved music. Music was her baby, but she was going off into working in the spirit realm. Okay, so it says she was training for that. Thank you for letting me know that, because that's the vibe that I get off of her. That's the energy that she's telling me that she was going off into. She was going to go more off into healing. Said Left Eye would have learned music was going into the place to where it is now. And, she loved it from a real place, but she hated it at the same time because she saw exactly what the beast system can do. I mean, look at what they did to them off that first album, one of the biggest, most selling girl groups of all time. And they got like what, $75,000 a piece off of an album that generated 70 million. That's crazy. Said Janae is seeing what Left Eye found. See, if you're speaking about Janae Aiko, Janae is a very interesting individual because she's very much tapped in as well. Like, I don't know if any of you have seen her behind the scenes interviews or whatnot, but she wakes up every morning and she pulls out her tarot cards and she pulls cards, for herself and her daily energy. Yeah, I want to say it was no more than 75K. No less than 70,000, no more than 75K is what they got off of that album as far as their shares. But the parent company got over 70 million. Said Left Eye and Janae would have been excellent. I think they would have been cool. Also, there's a girl that comes out of, I want to say, Sri Lanka or Singapore. Maybe Singapore. Her name is Yuna. Yuna did the song with Usher called Crush. And that song actually kind of put a little spark up under Usher and revamped his career. Say Janae gets passes. Has anyone listened to what this girl be saying? Listen, she's got a falsetto all the time in her music, but it's beautifully and eloquently sung in falsetto. So it does not appear to be as ratchet as it is because it sounds so sweet. I ain't mad at her for it. I ain't mad at her for it. If you go back to what's the girl? Excuse me, the lady. She's no longer with us. Um, she sang "Back Down Memory Lane." Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Minnie Riperton. Y'all go back and listen to that come inside me song and pay attention to what she's actually singing and tell me what you feel about those lyrics. Okay? Cause Minnie was in her bag on that one, and that was that. Listen, come on over here so we can make a baby song by any means necessary. Cause she was very, very, very open about what she wanted him to do in that song. But the way she sang it was so beautiful that nobody ever protested because nobody cared about what she was saying because it was such a beautiful arrangement and composition that we didn't think about my whole childhood singing that damn song. And I had no business singing nothing about a grown man making a deposit, okay? Oh, yeah, so he wanted him to plow her garden. Listen, she wanted him to seed her garden, okay? And she asked repeatedly, over and over and over throughout that whole song. So, yeah, Janae does the same thing. That's what I said. I ain't mad at her. It's not that she doesn't have those types of lyrics, it's the way she delivers them. Said just singing away and had no clue. Right. Listen, now as an adult, and you'd be like, what? Say, why didn't Big Sean propose to Janae that he's not ready to marry? They just might be separating also. Um, hey, Brandon Matthews. Oh, you said Minnie was standing on business. You said that man don't believe in marriage. Um, I ain't gonna say he don't believe in marriage. He's afraid of not having a trap door. You put a baby in her, not once but twice. The first baby, rest that baby's, spirit. That baby didn't make it. You turn around, got her pregnant again. You're living together. You're living a married life while afraid to get married. The child is the most permanent thing you can do. You have a child with somebody, you stuck with them tethered forever. You got a better chance of getting a divorce and walking away with no children. You put a baby in her. You had this baby. You're with her in the house. You're in a state in California where palimony is a thing. So you're not escaping by not getting a piece of paper. you're gonna be stuck one way or the other. So I don't understand his logic. It said, "Hello, how's your day going? What reading are you guys doing?" We just got finished with like Nicki, Foxy, and Kim, and how they feel about this whole way the industry is going right now, and them possibly allegedly working together. Said after Janae had the hug at the tat remove. Oh wow. She had that huge, okay, that's what I was supposed to say. She had a huge tat remove. But said, but is he really with her? I think he's living a double life, allegedly. I'm going to put it to y'all like this. It ain't too much out there. You find a real one, stick with them, because it's too many people out here that will throw you under the bus at a moment's notice. Once you get a real one, that's the one you keep. He said, okay, thank you so much. I will rewatch it after the live is done. Yeah, we tapped into a few different things. We stop and we have our little conversation breaks. So, yeah, you find a real one, you're supposed to hold that one, and keep a hold to them, because you lose that one, you can go 10, 15 more relationships and run into all bullshit. So what's the point? Love the one who loves you. Take care of the one that takes care of you. Be there for the one that's solid with you. Said he better leave her alone if he's not ready. Again, y'all listen to Janae's lyrics. Listen, Janae's lyrics show you who. It's so funny. It's like Mila J is outwardly who Janae is, quietly. If that makes sense. Because, Mila J will get it lit. For those of y'all who don't know who Mila J is her sister, and she had that song out called That's My Main. He said, yes, love their music. Total opposite. Yeah. You said they both crazy with it. I mean, they come from a talented family. Y'all remember when they was trying to make us believe that Janae and Fizz were cousins, and now we see B2K came back together and decided to reunite and show everybody that they were together as a group at her concert. Oh, okay, so that's who she did that fairy song with. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. So that's the other voice y'all hear. Okay. I didn't know that was Mila on that song, but it totally makes sense. Yeah, it's a very angelic voices. And sometimes it's harder to sing in those softer tones than it is to belt out something. So I appreciate the artists that can do both, because a lot of them can't do both. Thank you, Nicole Peterson. Said, hey girl, I've been here the whole time. Also, tarot reading. As always, I wanted to know off topic, but I wanted to know, how will the Baddies Caribbean be? Oh Lord. You know what? I haven't kept up with the Baddies in a long time. Baddies as a franchise is about to start facing some legal troubles, allegedly. Okay. Everybody is interconnected in one way or the other when it comes to these investigations over the industry. And if you want to know more about what I'm speaking on, go back and pay attention to what Krishan was saying when she went to the Diddy party, and she was saying that Lemon Pepper and Diddy got into it. That might, shine some light on that situation. Said I stopped watching it, couldn't take it anymore. Said I heard rumors that Diddy actually helped fund Zeus. Ooh. I might have to tap into that, say hey Miss Zoe. You know what? Let me text that to myself. Diddy possibly funding Zeus. Okay. What else was I gonna do for tomorrow? Um, I'm gonna do a tap in on Halle Bailey. So tomorrow, guys, if you see a group of lives come up, just know that I didn't go, you didn't miss a live. I'm just going to record like 4 or 5 videos tomorrow and do it live privately, and then, make it public so that I don't have to wait for everything to upload. It'll already be uploaded on YouTube. So if you see an onslaught of videos and they all say live, I didn't, just go live and you didn't see it. I recorded them live privately so that they can already be up. I'm trying to beat the system, y'all. That way I can get more content out without it having to sit and wait so long to upload. So Krishan is getting 30 days or 8 years. I keep hearing different things. Well, here's the thing. She's serving time actively at the moment. Thank you, Angel the Babe. She's serving time actively at the moment for community service that she failed to do. That time will be up, I want to say, the first week of September. Shout out to that girl, Henny. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. After that, it's looking as if she's going to be eligible to go ahead and, you know, pay a, post bail, pay a bond to get out while she's working on the next case, which could be up to 8 years. Um, we're going to see what happens. I see that she has like a rock star lawyer. This is not a regular lawyer, so they're going to be able to come up with something. I don't see her doing a full 8 years. Um, but she's going to have to give up something to get something. Don't be surprised if she has to possibly do a certain amount of time served, and then end up with like a lifetime probation of like 5 to 10 years or something like that, where they can keep her out money and then they could keep getting money out of her. It's dicey. It really is. But she needs to be able to post that bond so she can get back out to her baby, because her baby needs her, and if she's out with her baby, she has a better chance of getting a chance to have like a lifetime probation of like 5 to 8, 5 to 10 years. Set all over this bag of weed. Yeah. So hopefully she changes and know what she got to do for her mental health and her child. I would hope so as well, because it's got to be devastating to have such a small baby and to be away from them, and there's nothing you could do about it. That would really, really hurt me. I wouldn't want to be away from my baby. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one, and we can go over here to Station Head. To everybody who follows me on Station Head, if you're already in here, thank you in advance. To those of you who want to follow me on Station Head, I am under Miss Angel the Oracle, Mrs. MZ. Come on over here and join us on Station Head, where we can have grown folks conversation, and I don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing for my monetizement. But everybody, who will have to go back to the playback, I thank you. I thank you so much for going to those playbacks and rewatching later for whatever you missed. Thank you, Queen Gigi. I appreciate that. Everybody in the chat, Queen Gigi just put my name in here for station head. So I'm gonna let you all see that for a second, and then we're gonna go over to station head and have us some shits and giggles, and eventually I will wrap it up from station head and take my happy butt to bed, because I got a lot of content I want to knock out tomorrow, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do everything as lives. That way they can already be up and the content will be out. And if that works, then I'm definitely going to, do that more often, so that I don't have to wait a day or so for some of my content to upload, because it could take forever depending on what it is. So, good night, YouTube. Y'all, I will see y'all. Well, you will hear me rather in Station Head. So hurry up and get over here. See y'all shortly. And if you're not able to come over to Station Head and you stop right here with me now on YouTube, mwah, love you. Many blessings to you. And I'll see you next time. Good night, YouTube.